Was it difficult to be his media advisor or to a Prime Minister who's media shy?
Well, as I said earlier, Kartikeya, he was not interested in over projecting himself. He never said, "Where is my photograph today? Where is my, I'm not getting a cover story." Never, 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 ever any demands were made that he should be on cover stories, he should be the lead story in the evening news or in the headlines next day. Uh, he was quite content to do his work, and things will um, he, because he was a man of great learning and great education, that he believed in the inherent reasonableness of a reasonable citizen. He thought the citizen can make his own or her judgments. He doesn't need it to be coached by media advisors and publicity stunts.
So when the relationship of Prime Minister then became very adversarial with media, you also tried sort of a conclave, a conversation. Did he ever felt that this was not done?
Well, he was. There were moments when he thought that media was unfair, but that was it. He never wanted to do or us to do anything about to make people fall in line. Uh, uh, I remember, I can't recall any time when he asked me for, I was there for 2.5 years, whether this or that story, how could it appear? Harish, you were here, how could it appear, that kind of thing? Never, never. So he was, I think, the best prime minister from media's point of view. You could write anything, you could say anything, be critical. It was your own, for a reporter's own objectivity and professional reputation was at stake rather than um, uh, the the image of the prime minister.
Correct that?
I think after Nehru, the best prime minister media could hope to have.
So is it correct that he was a voracious reader, and what sort of books did he read?
He was, I mean, he had this in the prime minister's residence, a small study of his own, and there were always 4 or 5 books on his table. Uh, he would be engaged with those books, and not just as prime minister. Even I mean, I remember going to him 4 or 5 months ago, and next to his chair was a pile of books, and he was. We discussed in the conversation many of those books, and not only that, he was uh, he would point out, take a critical view on the contentions in many of the books. So not only he read, he was also thinking, remain a thinking man till his last days, more or less.
Particularly in the diplomatic sphere, he was his coverage of his uh, trips outside was not as intensive as they are today on social media. It was there, but not as comprehensive as it is today. Can you just take us through how the difference he made for the Indian diplomacy, and what was his personal touch? What made him different when he exercised those decisions in context of Indian foreign policy?
Well, I think the most thing I remember best to contrast when I was still reporting for the Hindu. I He had gone to Washington, um, and there was this photo of session with President Bush and him, and there was draw who, because there was a contingent of about 30 news people who will be only two people could go to White House. As luck would have it, I was one of the people who got picked out. And there was Bush and Manmohan Singh sitting together, and the look on Bush's face was one of total admiration that here was how could an educated man like him be the leader of most cantankerous argumentative democracy. And so the Mr. Bush as president, he was his basic, I believe, his directive to his people was that we need to support this man. He is the best advertisement for democracy in the world. So they, I think after very long time, the American establishment heard that kind of directive from a prime minister.